So there's this woman in her apartment, and she's feeling very nervous because she just heard on the radio that morning that there's a serial killer in the area. They say there's three things that you should know about this guy. One, he's a master of disguise. He could dress up like anyone. Two, he fakes injuries or handicaps to help lure in his victims. Like he'll use a crutch or a cane, or he'll pretend to be deaf or blind. And the third thing is that he loves the Beatles. Now the reason why she's so nervous is that her sink broke down that morning, so she just called a plumber from a flyer in the mail to come work on her sink. Some local plumber that she didn't know. So she was going to let a complete stranger into her apartment. So she calls her old college roommate Joe, who lives around the corner. She says, "Joe, can you come over? Thanks, bye." She's pacing around the apartment. She's all nervous. She goes into the bathroom, leaves the bathroom, still got the phone, when suddenly there's a knock at the door. So she goes over to the door and she opens it, and there's a female plumber standing there. She says, "Can I help you?" And the plumber goes, "Yeah, somebody called me about a sink." And she says, yeah, right this way." So she takes her to the bathroom and she explains to her the problem. And the plumber gets working on the sink. 2 seconds later, the plumber walks out. She says, "I'm all done." She goes, "Really?" She goes, "Yeah." She goes, "Great. Do you take checks?" "Yeah." "I'll pay in 2 seconds, okay? I just have to use the bathroom." So she goes into the bathroom with the phone. She closes the door and she locks it. She sits down on the toilet. She's got the phone in her hand. She's not doing anything. She feels her asthma starting to act up. She's kind of nervous. She's got the phone. Plumber's waiting right outside. A female plumber. It's not every day you see a female plumber, right? So she's freaking out. So she's there. She's sitting there. She's got the phone. Her asthma's starting to act up. The plumber's sitting outside. She doesn't know what to do. And suddenly, from the front door, woman sitting on the toilet, she hears that from the bathroom. And the plumber leans in towards the door. She goes, "Miss, there's somebody at your front door. Do you want me to get that?" Oh God. Oh God. "Miss, do you want me to get your front door?" Oh God. Oh God. The plumber thinks, what a nut. So the plumber goes to the front door. She opens it and there's a man standing there. And she looks at the man. She goes, "Can I help you?" And the man goes, she goes, "Sorry?" He goes, she goes, "Oh, yeah, this isn't my place. The woman who lives here, she's in the bathroom. Let me go get her." And he just looks at her and he goes, "No, I don't understand you. Just wait 2 seconds. I'll be right back." So they start arguing, although it's a pretty funny argument because only one of them can talk. But they're clearly arguing, and it gets more intense, and the woman in the bathroom hears this, and she panics. She calls 911. A few minutes later, a police car pulls up in front, and the woman that lives there runs out screaming, her right arm covered in blood. She's going totally hysterical. The cop runs up to her, tries to calm her down. She starts to wheeze. She's like, "No, you don't understand, you don't understand. He pulled out a knife, he pulled out a knife." He goes, "What's wrong, what's wrong?" She goes, "I need my inhaler." And she runs back into her place, and he runs in after her and calls for backup. And he looks down right at the foot of the door. The sign language guy and the plumber are both lying there, their throats slashed, blood everywhere. She grabs her purse. She runs out. He finishes calling for backup, and he runs out with her. They're both in his car, and he's driving. And as they're driving, she's rummaging through her purse, and she pulls out her asthma pump. Suddenly, from the cop car radio, it goes, 10-4 over. She jumps. She goes, "Oh my God, can you turn that off? I almost had a heart attack." He goes, "I'm sorry, I'm supposed to leave that on." She goes, I'm really tense right now. I need something to calm me down." And she notices that from a stereo, he has a tape deck. She goes, "Oh my God, I thought I was the only person that still had a tape deck in my car. Do you mind if I put on some music to calm me down?" I'm really not supposed to, but sure, thanks." So she rummages through the purse and she pulls out a cassette. And he gets to a red light and he stops the car, and she puts the tape inside, and he notices her bloody arm, and he goes, "Oh, let me take a look at that." So he starts to roll up her sleeve, and from the stereo you could hear, "Lucy in the sky with diamonds." I love the Beatles, you know, they really relax me. So, where were you cut? Lucy in the sky with diamonds. I love the Beatles, don't you? I can't see the wound. Suddenly the light turns green. Lucy in the sky with diamonds. Lady, whose blood is this? I said I love the Beatles. Don't you?